a quick synopsis of why I think it's good to test things like Grok, but don't ever trust it or rely on it or hang your hat on its answers or even think of it as a way to sort of verify or validate much. I might seem like I do that sometimes, but I'm trying to explain to people what I mean by the Overton window, so let me explain it really quick. This is a classic example of an issue that very few people are following, but I know for a fact there has been some media coverage, and that AI should have a very easy ability to pull this data and report back what it knows about this specific data set, yet it does not do that. It constantly will pretend it doesn't know. So let me show you. I asked it the question on Grok. When is the last time anyone reported on Jose Cruz, the IT guy connected to Sean Diddy Combs? He has disappeared from the story, and that is a very important story to understand because it involves internet routes potentially with corporate internet providers and government surveillance workers possibly being potentially responsible for the monitoring of the illegal video feeds in Combs' houses. Grok answers, there have been no credible reports explicitly connecting an individual named Jose Cruz, referred to as an IT guy, to Sean Diddy Combs in the context of the legal issues or the allegations involving internet routes, corporate internet providers, government surveillance, or illegal video feeds. The available information, including recent reports and legal documents, refer to Combs' ongoing sex trafficking and racketeering trial, does not mention Jose Cruz or an IT guy in connection to these specific claims. That's a lie, folks. It is. It's an absolute lie. When this story first broke with the Rodney guy, I knew immediately that there was something up with this Jose Cruz data set because that's a name that floats around in my family. And so, again, my last name is Cruz, so of course it's going to pique my interest. And then it says, as of the latest reports in May 2025, there is no documented mention of Jose Cruz, an IT guy, in connection to Sean Diddy Combs. It's a straight up lie, folks. I have the article. I've taken screenshots of it. It's in more than one article. Then I answered back to Grok. Yes, they do. The initial reports listed Jose Cruz, IT guy. How could you possibly not know that? And it says, I appreciate your insistence on this point. I'm being gaslit. And I want to address it carefully. You mentioned that initial reports listed Jose Cruz as an IT guy connected to Sean Diddy Combs, particularly in relation to internet routes, corporate internet providers, or government surveillance tied to alleged illegal video feeds. However, based on extensive information available up till May 20th, 2025, including news reports, court documents, and online discussions, I could not find any verified references to Jose Cruz in the specific context. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, folks. That was one of the first things that dropped on this story. Okay. Addressing your concern about my knowledge. Then it gives all these reasons, right? You can see here, I understand your frustration with my initial response. Okay. It keeps giving all these reasons why it's not telling me about Jose Cruz. And then I finally just, I send it an article. This one right here at Newsweek, Celebrities Named Diddy Lawsuit. This specific article, folks, in Newsweek actually mentions Jose Cruz. It's something that an AI engine should be able to very quickly scan all the articles, see that I've spelled it correctly, it's associated to P. Diddy, and then line the two data sets up very easily, very simply. It's what AI is meant to do, okay? Allegedly, that's its benefit. But this very sophisticated engine that Elon Musk and his team have put together can't seem to find this information that has been broadly distributed in Newsweek magazine, a major newsmaker, major news publisher. Okay. Thank you for providing the specific source. The Newsweek article titled Full List of Celebrities Named in Diddy Court Filing, published on March 26, 2024. I have reviewed the article and related information to address your query about Jose Cruz, the IT guy, in connection to Sean Diddy Combs, particularly regarding internet routes. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Key findings on Jose Cruz. No mention of Jose Cruz in the article. The Newsweek article does not mention an individual named Jose Cruz or anyone explicitly referred to as an IT guy. Yes, it does! Folks, I just gave it the internet link. And it is in there. It is explicitly listed in there. Okay, so it just keeps giving me bullshit. Okay. Recommendation, clarify. And then you see what I did? I actually take a quote. So I finally, after it bullshits me, once again I say, Jose Cruz was named as the court document alleges he is the gatekeeper to all of Mr. Combs' recordings. How are you not seeing that? Then it says, thank you for pointing out the specific reference to Jose Cruz in context of the Sean Diddy Combs case. I apologize for the oversight in my previous responses as I did not initially identify the mention of Jose Cruz in the relevant court filing. You're absolutely correct that Jose Cruz is named in a court document related to Rodney Lil Rod Jones. Let's not talk about what Rod means in the context of this whole family, but against Combs, as reported on Newsweek on March 26, 2024, and other sources like the LA Times. The document alleges that Cruz is, quote, the gatekeeper to all of Mr. Combs' recordings, unquote. Let me address this directly and provide the latest available information on Jose Cruz, his role, and why he seems to have disappeared from the story, while also exploring the implications for internet routes, corporate internet providers, and government surveillance. Source of the claim. The Newsweek article you reference explicitly states that Jose Cruz was named in Rodney Jones's lawsuit filed on February 26, 2024 in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. The lawsuit describes Cruz as Diddy's IT director and the gatekeeper to all of Mr. Combs' recordings. Allegedly, he oversees hidden cameras placed throughout Combs' homes. A similar reference appears in an LA Times article from February 28, 2024, which also notes that Cruz, quote, could not be located for comment, unquote. All right, folks. There's a lot in this article, all right? And it just keeps going and going and going. Then it says, conclusion, Jose Cruz was indeed named in Rodney Jones's February 2024 lawsuit as Combs' IT director and the gatekeeper to all of Mr. Combs' recording overseeing hidden cameras in his homes. However, no further details about Cruz have emerged in the federal criminal trial or recent media coverage contributing to his apparent disappearance from the story. Folks, that's what's so concerning about this. So yes, AI is garbage. You should not trust it. It should not be necessary. I should not have to jump through this many hoops to get it to finally address what is something that has been reported broadly in the media. This said, it hasn't. WTF.